Hello and welcome back to the Popcorn for Dinner podcast, and welcome to Who Gives a Fuckistan. The weather's great. Today, on a very special episode, we are discussing the 5th episode of The Boys' 5th season. And joining me today, it's side quests galore. It's Oseghale and Chiagoziem. How are you guys doing?
Chilling.
Terribly. Is that why you're wearing black? Are you guys all...
No,
Are you
I'm not
wearing-
mourning. Basically, before I went to bed last night, I was scrolling on TikTok. I saw the most unfortunate of news.
What news did you see last night?
My poor hot girl coach. Her man was throwing that
Oh.
thing up and down, around and around.
Clay. This is the
In the
problem with light
streets.
skinned niggas, bro.
Yeah,
It's
I
so-
don't
It's so funny
fuck with
that
him, but
we brought her up, was it last week? So if she spins the block on Clay, do we...
no, but I know she
Oh,
won't. She actually won't.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, this is... I don't know why she put this out online. Like, now you can't... When you put it out online, now you can't do what your heart really wants you to do because
Why
you
would
have
she really want
so
to do that
many-
after she disrespected him?
I'm just-
Please.
kind of crazy from Clay, but whatever. Allegedly. I thought you guys were wearing... Because I was going to wear black. So I think you guys were wearing black to
Oh.
mourn the loss of Gen V.
Oh, I mean, let's go with that.
Okay.
I just put on black today because it's the first thing I found. But yeah.
Yeah,
So this
but
is
anyway-
the end of the boys' universe, basically, this season.
No.
I mean, what's rising the prequel is
What Rise It,
Oh.
yeah.
going still.
They had that idea of the Boys Mexico. I don't know if they're still
Oh,
doing
that's
it.
true. That's true.
And
Yeah, I
they
know
promised that
about
like the Gen V characters will... I mean, Oseghale, you brought up a point in group chat about how it's just kind of too difficult to kind of go on with the story with Chance's passing. But I also think, like, I mean, if I look at the cold hard facts, the second season, like the numbers just weren't there. Like people weren't watching. It's not about the quality. People just weren't watching it as much.
Watching as much.
And unfortunately, we're back in the time where views matter. We're basically in network TV, but we're not network TV, so like they kind of need views to matter for you to stick in, even when you're the boys. But I'm intrigued to see what they would do with that kind of storyline going forward, or with those characters rather.
Mm.
But we're talking about our OG characters today on The Boys. Someone asked me last week, a friend of the podcast, she messaged me last week to ask me if I'm actually enjoying this season or if I'm convincing myself to find
I'm
things that are
screaming.
good in the thing. And on one hand, it's fair because even me, sometimes when I'm editing the episodes, I'm like, Bankole, what the fuck are you saying? Because I do be reaching. But like, if you've read my articles, that's kind of how I watch TV. Like, my mind goes to all these places. So I guess the answer is a little bit of both. Like, there's a column A, column B. I'll enjoy what I'm watching in front of me, which makes me think deeper about the show. And if it passes that test, then it makes me enjoy it a lot more, right? It's kind of like a circle. But like, are you guys enjoying the season so far, or are you only pretending because you're on the internet? Let's start there.
Nah, if I wasn't enjoying the season, I would have said so.
You're saying you're real like that.
I'm real like that, bro. You know it.
Chiagoziem, are you? Or what about you?
I think I'm on the journey. I'm
That's soft.
watching. Yeah.
I don't know what that
What
means.
I mean, big dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like gassed, but I'm not
Mhm.
watching it in like I'm not like dragging myself through the
Yeah.
episodes per se. Yeah.
I like the fact that I use that word because I do think there is a sufficient lack of gas this season, right? Which is kind of what I was talking about last week. But I do think like it's funny because I saw a tweet, it's probably just a random person, who was like the Invincible finale was a quote unquote nothing burger. And then it was that meme, or the iRobot meme of like they inversed it. It was like, do you guys have aura and hype moments? No, we only have good writing. And it's like Will Smith said. So it's like obviously you can have both, and I think the show will still have both. I'm just saying like not having gas or aura or hype moments doesn't make it a bad. And this person that messaged me. This is not what they were saying, by the way. I'm just talking about it from a wider point of view. So yeah, I don't think there's been hype moments so far this season. Of maybe A Train's dead, but I'm enjoying it. I think I'm liking what the show is saying, if that makes sense. And like, I don't think so far, at least, which is what I was trying to say last week again, but I couldn't get my words together properly. I don't think this season is a satire. Really, I don't really think it's satirizing anything beyond what is already ingrained in the show. Like, I think it's just like telling the story of these characters. I think previous season, especially last season, was a strong satire with the whole January 16 and the president and the assassination, all of that stuff, right? But I think this one, like, I don't really think it's satirizing anything. I think like they've kind of, which is why I think Creep was trying to say that he's trying to not satirize and just write a story based on where these characters are. So I'm not judging on those benchmarks, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, are you guys ready to talk about this particular episode?
Yes, sir.
Of Side Quests. It is written by Judalina. I apologize, Judalina. It's written by Judalina Rira and is directed by Phil Stretcher. It is titled One Shots, which is obviously a reference to the kind of like, anyone who's read comic books knows like those kind of one shots and where you just kind of follow a character over a particular space of time. The MC used to do them quite a bit in their earlier runs with their movies and things like that. I hate the term filler episode. I just hate it, right? But I think on the face of it, this could come across as a filler episode. But when you actually think about it, and this is going to be very hyperbolic, so I do apologize. It does feel like one of the most consequential non-premiere stroke finale episodes the Boys has ever done. And I guess we can just start there. Does anyone disagree with that or even agree with that point?
No, I agree. And what you said about hating the term filler episodes, I think what really made people start hating filler episodes was anime. Bro.
Anime, yeah.
Yeah, like, because like a filler episode here and there is not a problem, right? But
Yeah.
the problem was animes like Naruto, like they were giving 40, 50 filler episodes back to back. That's what was insane.
So what would happen in a filler episode in anime? Like,
Random
anything.
side quests
Literally
into
anything.
somebody's life, or we'll be deep in the action. Next thing, we're hearing the history about their grandfather who was running.
Or they are
Bro.
fighting mechanical robot ninjas. Like, bro, the most
Like,
random of random things.
so would
yeah.
it be like a cliffhanger and then a filler episode?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Fair. I guess, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's, I'll be thinking about this and I'm going to kind of make my points maybe sometime later in the year when I think about it properly. But I think having been trained on network TV, and obviously we're comparing 20 episodes a season to 8 episodes a season, right? So I admit that. But like, having been trained with that, I just realized that sometimes episodes are just not going to follow the same trajectory that we expect. Like, it's kind of how I grew up watching TV, rather, right? So anyway, that being said, I think like the obvious place to start is the Firecracker section of this episode, right? This episode follows several characters, both from the boys and from the Vought side over the course of a day, roughly 8 to 12 hours. Who wants to start? Or should I tell you the very first thing I wrote down once I finished this episode?
I want to hear that.
There's no point. Don't sell your soul. That was like the first kind of, not moral lesson, but that was the first thing that hit me that this episode was trying to say about Firecracker. And we mentioned her last week, but like Marjorie Taylor Greene and all of those kind of people who were sycophants for Trump and then tried to kind of step aside or oppose him, and now their political careers are in disarray. So I don't know. I found that very interesting with the way, like, if you take Firecracker's arc over the 2 episodes, like how it kind of landed. But yeah, Oseghale, what are your thoughts on this like Firecracker culmination storyline?
I like the way they approach it, right? They gave a backstory, her meeting with her reverend from back in the day that actually raised her up, that actually took care of her, that actually cared about her, taught her the values of like Christ and everything. Them speaking about how she had the Jesus action figure, like really putting together her law and piecing together like who she was before she became this puppet for the government, right? And it's like, it's so, I love the way they shot it, right? Like they show how she's trying to justify everything that is going on. And her reverend is like, I know, like, for one, you don't believe anything that Homelander is saying. And I know that you know Homelander is not God. So his question is like, why are you doing this? Like, are you so like afraid to step away from power or to lose this so-called everything that you have, which is what's okay, a show on network TV where you're afraid for your life every day because Homelander can kill you at any point in time. It's like, what's the payoff really at the end of the day? And obviously, that question gets answered at the end of the episode. Like that's the payoff. Like is nothing. So I like the way they shot it. I like the way they built up. Like they went into her backstory a little bit, but they did it in a way that felt natural, right? It wasn't anything crazy. Cause when she got the call at first, I was like, who the fuck could be calling her right now?
Mm-hmm.
Then get to flashback sequence, you see his reverend, you see that they're reading his church, and he's like, yo, guy, you're in a position of power to help us. Like, Cooper, we raised you, we did this. She's like, kind of like, I'm scared of this guy. And it's just like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, who is not scared of this guy? I've called the senator, I've called the governor,
Mm.
nobody's doing anything. And then, when you can see the cracks forming, right? When she's reading from the teleprompter, talking about how the church has become a hotbed for starlighters and terrorists, like she's literally
And
crying as
pedophiles.
she's
Mm-hmm.
and pedophiles. She's literally crying as she's saying it. But as she's crying, she now insinuates that the Reverend himself was a pedo as well. And it's just like, bro, what is the point of all this? Like,
Yeah,
have a fucking spine, bro. Like,
it's selling your soul. It's like they all did it, and not to double down on the politics thing, but like they all did it. Like when Trump was first coming up in 2016 and in 2020 and 2024, like they all things that they were vehemently against, they all kind of started supporting because he was supporting those things. And then for a lot of them, the thing is that you say, like obviously for Homelander, it's literal death, right? That could happen if you piss him off. But for Trump, it was political death. Like he had the base. If he tweeted something, you could be out. At the same time, he could give you things. He could make you the head of the CIA or the head of this, the head of that. So like they saw a straight path. And then when somebody either grew a tiny bit of his spine or something that they couldn't defend happened or whatever, and they tried to oppose him, that was it. Like they were done, right? Majority Taylor Green had to resign in January. Like it's just so I don't know. I find that's just very interesting the way they. It's and this show is like saying like there's just no point if you sell your soul. Like in the end, it's so funny. I was watching last week's episode of Your Friends and Neighbors, and Coop has a voiceover where he literally says, "I learned something that I learned over and over again. Where it's as easy as it is to sell your soul, it's almost impossible to buy it back." And I was just like, well, thank God we haven't recorded on The Boys yet, so I can use that line. um, okay, so Chiagoziem, I'm going to ask both of you this question. I'll start with you. Why do you think Homelander kills Firecracker?
I think it's a myriad of reasons actually. So I feel on one hand, because she didn't like he could tell that she was having in her talks with Soldier Boy in bed, she was having like some, you know,
Doubts?
doubts about her whole path with this Homelander Jesus or the second coming, etc. So I think he was first on one hand, this is my thought process through why he killed her. First of all, just starting off, he was like jealous of the love that she has for Jesus.
Mm.
That was my baseline thinking, okay, this is some jealousy going on. And then, he told her to go. And then she was like, she's the only one here that's ever loved him. I said, okay, that's another point because you know him, he's always on the quest for love. That would have cut him deep. And also, um, what did she do? I think, did she call him a god or call him a man? I think she said you're the
She,
strongest man, or what
strongest
did she say?
man,
both,
yeah.
both. She called him a
Yeah.
man
Man,
first.
she now said
Yeah,
He
and
was
he
man.
like,
was
man,
offended. Yeah,
yeah.
so the offense as well. And then when she now ended with, "We all need love, don't we? Even God." I feel like she was kind of, insinuating that he doesn't have love, which is valid. And like him, he's on the quest for love, he's on the quest for adoration, he's on the quest for loyalty. I think those are some of his like big pillars. So having his supposed like one of his most faithful or whatever still inherently having these doubts about him, still being scared around him because, her heartbeat was also really high. I think the culmination of all of those factors and the fact that she was begging him, I think, yeah, begging just like ew. So I think he also was just like, I don't know if he ever like respected her, but ounce of respect he could have had for her, I feel like it kind of disappeared within. I think it was steadily decreasing within the scene. I think
Mhm.
it was at a manageable point when he told her, "Okay, like, just go."
Just
And then
go.
she started yapping. He was like, "Ah, it's babe. Let me just," yeah. So I
And
think,
just pierce her head with an
yeah,
ego.
that was my thought
Oseghale,
process.
Yeah, just going off what Chiagoziem said again. Her telling him that, hey, yo, listen, I'm the only one that loves you here. Oh, like, make we talk true. Like, that's already cutting him deep because he's like, damn, like, so this is what has really been on her mind this whole time, right? Like, that nobody else actually sends him, like, apart from her. So obviously that one got him deep. Her, him being jealous of Jesus, which is such a Homelander thing to do. It's like fair
are
enough.
you thinking of him while you're
But why
praising
you
me?
praising me?
Just incredible. I
It
don't
was
know what to
like the way
say.
I'm making love to my father. Are you thinking of me as well? I'm just like, what kind of guy is
So
this, bro?
many,
Like,
so
this,
messy.
like these levels of egomania we might never see again. But yeah,
Uh,
so then obviously her begging. What is Solly saying? Top boy, don't beg is disgusting.
disgusting.
It's disgusting. So like again, like Chiagozem was saying, it's just like as the conversation kept going on, he was just getting more and more irritated. Like you could see it on his face. Then she now was talking about yo, even God needs love too. And it's just like, man, do I really, bro? Like what's she
So
talking
that's
about?
yeah, that's the final line she says. So I have because I've thought about this for like a week because I watched this episode like last week, trying to think about what the reason was. And I think I've been on you guys' side, but right now I think I'm on the side where I think he feels something in that monologue of hers, and he doesn't like what he feels.
Mm.
And it's like it's cutting out the cancer, it's cutting out the weakness. So I wrote down what she says because I do think, and maybe look, maybe I'm in the boys' head space, whatever. I do think this is like legit good writing. I just like, as in, I think it's just like not even the boy, like Valerie Curry, who's the actress. She plays this so straight. She plays it like she's in Marriage Story. Like she plays this like it's not even the boys. It's not heightened. It's just very like, and so the words are, "I gave you everything. I gave you my soul." Right, my lord. That look you used to get when you would suckle me, it felt like I felt like Mother Mary herself. I felt blessed to nourish someone as important as you. And I think that that gets to him. I think at that point he's like, okay. Then she said something about man and whatever. He's like, man. Um, and then this is the part that I really, really like. She's like, but nothing I ever did was good enough, was it? You cast me out into the cold, which was so much, much worse than never feeling your warmth in the first place. So all I've been trying to do is get you to see me the way you used to. The only reason I was with Soldier Boy was because your reflected light was better than no light at all. That's some deeply romantic stuff. I'm sorry. That's like if it's just on the
Bars.
on the face of it, it's like because I think it was Succession. I can't remember. I couldn't find where this quote was from. I watched too much TV to remember. I think it was Succession, where either Shiv or their mother was talking about like Logan's loving style, right? And she said they said that like Logan will bring you in and show you love, and then like cast you aside. So that because you've felt what his love is like, you're now striving to get it. Like, like it's different when you know what it feels like to be loved by Logan, to be under the shade, to be under the umbrella. And I think that
It's very
I think
toxic.
yeah, yeah, 100%. And I think it's very similar here, where that thing she says about like you cast me out into the cold, which was so much worse than never feeling your warmth in the first place. And all I've been trying to do is like get back there. I couldn't produce milk again, so I'm trying to figure out how do I do it. And I can sell my soul and make you the second coming of Christ, or he was like, I'm not Jesus. It's confusing. Um, and I don't know. So I think when she says all of that, he's like really, and I think his face is beginning to be like, fuck, am I believing her? Am I like, am I actually loving her? Maybe not romantically, but like loving her as like somebody who loves me. And I think it's bothering him. And I think when she finally says, we all need love, don't we, even God? I think he wants to prove that he doesn't need love anymore. I don't know, maybe because he knows that that's his one Achilles heel. And I think he wants to be like, no, fuck it. I don't need love. Like, you're correct. So I'm going to prove you're not correct by killing you. I don't know. I actually don't know why he kills her in this moment, but that was just something I'm thinking about. And anyway, yeah, I feel like I think her monologue works and he doesn't like how much it works on him. So he kills her. Like,
I
because
think
like,
You know, because she kept on referencing, like, Christian faith. She
Mhm.
mentioned Mother Mary, God. Yeah, I think it was like, wow, this babe, so she's still not, like, getting with the program for real, for real.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I was
it's
thinking.
yeah, it's so interesting. I mean, the thing about Homelander is like I don't think Homelander's ever killed. Maybe Stillwell in season one. I don't think he's ever killed anybody like
For
method. Like
funsies.
he's never planned to kill. All of his kills have always been instinctual, right? He's a
Mm.
child. He's a petulant child. Maybe Stillwell. I can't remember. Or when he went back to, I guess when he went back to. I'm sorry. I should remember when he went back to the lab and he made that guy masturbate in front of her. He was laughing. Jesus
What
Christ.
a scene.
What a psychopath. Anyway, yeah, maybe that was the one time where he went with the intention of killing those people. But again, every time it's just like he's a child and his feelings get hurt and he kills people. Anyway, but yeah, I think this firecracker thing was just very interesting to me. It's just again, it's just another layer of like understanding Homelander as a person. Um I forgot about this. It's so funny. Somebody's watching the show, like just started catching up from season one, and then they got here and then they messaged me, and it was great timing because I'd forgotten that Firecracker slept with a 15-year-old boy when she was 28.
True.
Pedo, normal.
I completely forgot about that. But then obviously she was saved right after or whatever. So just to say that whatever we're saying, we're not saying Firecracker is like a victim or a good person. We're just trying again. It's just having for someone who's like, oh, why are you defending Firecracker? No, that's not what we're doing. We're just examining the content that's in front of us. Um, but no, I think I was two things in this section. I was intrigued by what the show was saying about selling your soul, and also just kind of understanding why Homelander killed Firecracker in that moment. I think any of our reasons could be correct, and maybe we'll find out more in the coming episodes. Um, I mentioned that this was a big episode, so I'm going to just kind of list out some of the things I think happened, and you guys can tell me which one you want to discuss first. Sage's plan is revealed. Soldier Boy warms up to Homelander. We get a new version of MM. We see French's fear of stability. We get a glimpse to Butcher's humanity, which we thought was lost. The Deep and Noah, the breakup of their podcast. So I guess those are kind of the big things that thought happened. Which ones do you guys? Which ones do you guys start with? Like, what was the most important one to you guys?
Sage's plan. I think like I wasn't surprised, but at the same time, it's like nigga damn.
Were you underwhelmed?
Not really. It's made sense from a logical POV, right? It's like Ultron in Avengers. He was on the internet for 5 minutes. He said, "Yeah, everybody got to go." So it's like Sage, that being Sage's plan, that
Mm,
everybody got to go, and she just wants to chill and be reading her books. I said, fair enough.
yeah,
It makes total sense. As somebody that's the smartest being on the planet, I'm not surprised that you just don't want to be with anybody that is dumber than you and you just want to relax. Fair
yeah,
enough.
yeah. I think at first I was underwhelmed. The more I thought about it, I'm like, she's not going to have this big supervillain plan. That's not Happy. Happy is just
Exactly.
quiet and read her books and to make sure to get validation that her plans can work. I don't know, Chiagoziem, what did you think of the conversation with Bashley and Ashley and Sage?
I thought it was funny how they were leaving out Ashley and they were just,
Just talking
communicating
about.
amongst themselves. Yeah, Bashley gets a spot in the bunker. So, smart minds.
Do you think Ashley gets a spot if Bashley is not there?
Nope.
Of course not.
Never.
Because she said you're invited and she was like, Ashley, you're invited too.
Oh yeah,
So I
that's
think,
true. I
yeah,
forgot.
yeah. There's definitely, I think she just wants to surround herself with actual intellectuals who can
Yeah.
stimulate her mentally. So
My only question with Sage, do you think she hates humans and soups equally? Or in this context, soups are just like the casualty of her hating humans?
I think it's because of how she grew up. Because like when she found the cure for was it leukemia or
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
her grandma had, and they didn't take her seriously, or I don't know. I mean, humans are also like irritating, so it's
I
like
yeah, I think she hates them equally. I
yeah,
think she
That's fair.
sees or maybe some are soldier ants and some are like worker ants, but all are ants to her.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, let's move on. 'Cause I think the Sage one. I've been waiting for this because we could see that she was playing or trying to play Soldier Boy in the first few episodes. I waited to kind of see what the payoff was there, but like there isn't really much to kind of discuss there. Should we do the boys or should we do Soldier Boy and Homelander?
We can do the boys.
Those are the boys.
The
Yeah.
boys? Okay, let's start with MM. We haven't really spoken about MM much this season,
We thought that nigga was gonna die.
and I really think this is like the clearest indication that he's not going to die.
Okay.
You think so?
Yeah, I think the conversation here. I think him. He has. I'm trying to pick my words carefully here. He has embraced the darker sides, right? Which obviously that means that he's kind of gone past his OCD nature, which is obviously a good thing. But like he's embraced the kind of like giving upness, and he's like, fuck it. I just need to go full butcher to get what needs to be done, right? And I think his arc would be him finding that humanity again and finding that no, he needs his family to survive and all of that stuff. I don't know. What would you guys think? This is another death flag?
Man, like I said, bro. Me personally, I think everybody going. Honest.
Yeah, but,
I think
yeah, but the
everybody's
show is
going.
not going to end with everybody dead.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
like
why
it's
not?
like, see, one thing is for sure, like whatever happens at the end of the show, the ramifications for society are going to be earth shattering, right? So it's like there's obviously going to be maybe one or two people to rebuild from the ashes. The way I see it, that's going to be Annie, Huey,
Huey.
maybe Ryan. Anybody else, GG's. Like, so that's this character arc that we just spelled out for MM just reminds me of how we've predicted so many things for the boys as the seasons have gone over and we've been wrong every
Oh,
time.
look, we're not. If anyone ever thinks that we watch ahead, I'm just like, look, we're not. Like, it's like we're not that good liars, and we're also not smart enough. Like, it's just like, yeah. I don't know. I think he says that he's better off without his family, and his family better off without him. And I think, as cynical as the show is, I don't think the show believes that. So I think they would want to teach everyone that that's not true.
That's fair.
And he actually yeah, I love when Butcher is like, wait, you're eating a candy bar that was on the floor? You? That like used to wipe things 3 times before using them. I don't know. So that scene kind of maybe the most hopeful for his
Remontada.
yeah, I don't it's not even a remontada.
Is that
It's just
remontada
it's
to
just
you?
yeah, just surviving, I guess. We can do Frenchie very quickly because him and Kimiko are just still kind of doing their whole thing. Again, I'm pretty sure one of them is going to die. I don't think both. I think one of them would die. Maybe French is occupying himself for Kimiko. I don't know. But yeah, it's just it's Frenchie kind of like again is looking beyond the bomb, right? What happens next? And Frenchie is realizing obviously he almost kills Butcher's dog. He's realizing he or rather he believes that he's not someone that can live a life. Maybe that's how the show ends. Maybe two of them are living a peaceful life somewhere. I don't know. Again, it's the show.
Together? I don't think they'll
I
be
don't think so
together.
either. But
Yeah, he thinks that she likes his steak. Like, let's be for real. They're not ending up together. They should just separate ways.
But let's do Butcher. Let's do Butcher because I said last week I didn't know Butcher had any
Humanity left.
Yes, and I think it's interesting that his last vestige of humanity, or rather, his humanity is found in the last vestige of his previous life. Right? We thought it was Ryan, but really, it's not. Like he loves Ryan because Ryan is Becca's son.
Yeah.
Like Terror is the person or the thing that last survived that life. The life with Becca, the life without a beard, the life where he was sober. He didn't have a
Like
beard
where
when
he
he was
was still William.
yeah, when he was still William. So I thought it was interesting where I would say when the show started with, and we haven't even discussed like our thoughts on like the structure of the episode. But when the show started with the Terror card, I was like, oh no, you guys are really testing me here. If we're gonna do a whole section with like just Terror moving around and like the adults, human beings are not speaking, I was like, you guys are really testing my patience here. I'll join them on Twitter to insult you guys. So, but obviously I like Father able to speak. I would just get a good chance. So yeah, Huey helps him save his dog's life, and I don't know. It's like, was that surprising to you guys? Do you guys think it's out of place that Butcher still has some humanity? Is it again the show taking shortcuts, or what do you think?
I don't think it's out of place, man. Like you can tell that like Butcher has been trying to destroy whatever is left of his humanity. Like he's
Mm-hmm.
been making an active choice to do that because the truth of the matter is that he believes that you have to put the mission before anything else.
Like
And
MM.
like exactly, and like all those things are going to slow you down or going to make you hesitate, right? So it's like, and it goes back to the same conversation he was having with Huey, right? And he's saying that like, bro, like because Huey says that like, why you if you want to die, bro, go ahead and die, bro. Why are you making that choice for all of us? And he's like, bro, I'm making that choice because I'm right. And he poses you the question, he's like, bro, are you willing to risk Homelander surviving and becoming immortal on the off chance that you and your babe can be living a life on your own? It doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And you too, there is like, fair enough, man. Yeah, like you are actually spitting. But again, and this is why Hugh is the beacon, right? He's the light. He's like, bro, like, we have to try. Like, no matter what's going on, we have to try. We have to have hope. We have to believe. And again, Butcher is like, yeah, whatever, man. This guy is bullshitting. He's bleeding out nonsense. But then, like, Huey helping him save Terror when he obviously didn't really have to. It's not like Butcher, like, okay, fair enough. Like, maybe this kid is onto something. Maybe we actually do need some sliver of hope. Like, maybe we actually need to, like, aspire to something, have something to protect. Maybe having
Mm-hmm.
things to protect don't make us weaker for real. Maybe it actually makes us stronger. And again, that's what Butcher has been battling with this whole time. He's pushing everybody away from him. Like, cause he's like, bro, this is it for me. Like, he already thought he was dead. That's one thing. Now he wants to die. Those are two very different things. Bro, he wants to die. Like, he's like that, bro. Cause again, not only does he want to die, he wants all soups to die as well. Like,
Mm.
he's like that, bro. Soups are a blight on this planet. If I can take all of them, I'll die 100 times over. I don't care. And again, it's like he told Homelander, he promised him. He said, "Bro, before I die, I will take you." Like he promised him when he was in that cell. So it's like Butcher has only one thing on his mind. But again, maybe this, his humanity leaking out can play a little bit later into the series if they actually like get the V1 and see what the plan is, things
Mm-hmm.
like that. But no, it was good. I don't think he was taking shots because honestly, because again, it's like we know that from the jump, yeah, Butcher has always been an extreme guy, but he loved Huey, he loved Ryan, all these guys, even though he's pushed them away now. Like obviously, like the cracks are always going to show. Like at the end of the day, like no matter how much he wants to be a monster, he's still human.
Yeah. Chiagoziem, I'll come to you now in a second. But just like, what's wrong with Butcher, bro? Like, even before this guy had V in his blood, this guy was walking up to Homelander like he was. I was like, Butcher, what are you doing, man? It's like, bro, you have no powers. His effortry in attacking, like, forget about the other suits, just Homelander. Even before he had powers, I just like this guy is just. I mean, I think it's because apparently he's based on Frank Castle, the Punisher, which
Mhm.
actually kind of makes sense because that one too doesn't think before he does things. In the Spider-Man film coming out now, I'm sure Hulk will be going on a rampage and Frank Castle will be like, I want to fight him with my gun. I'm like, bro, you don't be thinking.
At
Anyway,
the end
sorry,
of the
Chagas.
day, you have to always back yourself
I
and
guess so.
stand
That's
10
fair.
toes down on your morals. As the girlies say, a little bit of Delulu is indeed the
Fair,
Salulu.
fair enough. I
That's
mean,
fair.
Yeah.
it's kept them going this long, so we'll see. Um, yeah. Anything you want to say about Homelander? No, Homelander. Sorry, Butcher, and kind of his ordeal with Terra and Huey and everything,
Nah, I'm glad the dog is safe and
humping his Homelander doll.
disgusting.
How
Yeah,
does
that is too funny, man.
God? I would love to see behind the scenes of Anthony Starr shooting. Like sometimes when you're shooting on this show, like what's going on? Like he's looking at the camera on the floor saying, "Do you want to fuck me?" It's just this shit.
Uh, Like, bro, I saw that scene and I'm just like, bro, what are we doing here, bro?
Like what's the wide view of that shot that people just like waiting around the corner with? "Yeah, and that's a wrap. We've got it for today." It's just like, Anthony Starr is like, "What's my life?" Anyway, speaking of Homelander, um. This, I thought, was one of the scariest developments of the episode. which is Soldier Boy warming up to Homelander. I don't
Mhm,
like that. I don't want that at all. I don't like that
mhm.
at all. It's like
That's
we need
very,
those two
very
guys fighting
dangerous.
each other. No, yes. Um, I would look. You guys know me. I would always love something that involves like real life celebrities. I would always like you throw Seth like I just this is I'm sorry it might not work for other people but for me it's just it's there it's fine. You throw Seth Rogen and Kumail and Will Forte in the scene and yeah that's unfortunately that's catnip for me. Let's start before they go to LA though. I think Edgar's ability to insult Homelander and
Bro,
Soldier Boy at the same time while also praising I'm just like this is incredible. Like he was like we had someone that was better, but you didn't really turn out to be good, did you? I was just like, Jesus Christ.
bro,
Like, you
he's
know, these two guys can kill you in a second.
bro, he's so like, bro, he's so cold. And I think what makes you colder is that, like, bro, they can check his heart rate. He's steady, bro. Like they know he's telling the
Line.
truth and he's not afraid to say it, bro. Like, and I feel like that's why Homelander can't even handle him at all because at the end of the day, Homelander is dumb. Like, he's actually a dumbass. He would have never thought to track his daughter if not for Soldier Boy being there. And literally, he would just have been coming to his cell to drop insult every day. Literally.
Because Homeland, people forget that Homelander had it very, very easy before this show started. Like, whatever he couldn't solve with brute force, he would, I guess, solve with like his quote unquote charisma because everybody loved him, right? I don't know, like people forget, like Soldier Boy is someone who even though he too is kind of a fraud, but he had to like be down in the dumps sometimes as well. So I don't know. I think people forget that like Homelander is kind of like dumb. You're right. Like he's kind of a dumb person in the way he's done things. Um anyway, they go to LA for the Supernatural reunion. Did
Mhm.
anybody here watch Supernatural?
Yes, sir. I
You
didn't
did?
finish though. But
Yeah,
hey, man,
I mean it's
I
like saying you
watched
didn't
from like
finish
season 1 to
it's like saying
7,
you didn't
bro.
finish Grey's Anatomy. It's like you went far enough
I
to
went far enough, to be fair.
Yeah, I never watched it, but I know Misha and then obviously Jared. The three of them Jared who plays bomb sites. They go to they're looking for
View on.
the V1. So they go to Mr. Marathon who was the speedster before A Train.
Mhm.
He basically tells them what the boys already know about it being with bomb sites. But I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I don't know why I just burst out laughing. I started thinking about all the ways like Soulja Boy was killing these people and I was like it's like, you, why has no one done that? Why has nobody used like a human being as like to stop a speedster? I guess The Boys is the only superhero show that could ever try it because
Yeah.
every other show, but
Yeah.
like it's even in this show, nobody did it for A Train. Like just put it. I was like, oh, this is such a fucked up thing to do. But
It's
like,
bro, it's so
yeah,
fucked, bro.
Terrible.
when he told Kumail and was he with Mintz Plus or Will Ford? No, it was Will Mintz Plus. It was like, I'm gonna save you, I'm
No,
gonna
bro,
save you.
you
Just come.
just come this way.
Jesus
Boom.
Christ. Such a fucked up thing to do. Anyway,
I think
the
what's
point,
funnier,
yeah,
is Mr. Marathon only caring about Seth Rogen dying, bro.
as I mean, he's the boss.
Sure.
He's the boss of the boys. He's already like he's the Mr. News. Um, yeah, it was like where things go to die, Sony Pictures TV. I mean, these are the little jokes that work for me. I'm
Bro, I
sorry,
loved it,
guys.
man. I
I know
loved
it
it.
might
I
not work
loved
for
it.
everybody, but like these little things work for me. When he was like, they can't use vote characters. Hey, that's
In the
anyone who
VC.
anyone who knows the intricacies of the Marvel Sony Spider-Man deal, you kind of know how you can't use certain characters. Like I was like, feed it to me. This is what I want. Bill Hader is dead, R.I.P. We'll always have Barry. They want to these are just little jokes for me. Anyway, but the important thing of this scene is that Soldier Boy is beginning to warm up to Homelander, at least his son, or at least defending him from the outside forces. I'm scared, guys. I'm scared. Chiagoziem, what do you? Oh, and it looks like I think Soldier Boy did love Stormfront Stroke Liberty. I don't think it was like a. It seems like there was an actual love there.
Over there, yeah.
The way he looks at that picture in the Nazi room. I think there's something, like I said last week or 2 weeks, last week, I think there's something about Soldier Boy that is going to be revealed that I think would both play a part in the end game of this show and also probably give more insight into what his prequel is going to be about. A prequel that I'm honestly just a lot more excited for now that I've watched Soldier Boy in this season. I was just like, give me more of this man. Okay, let's wrap up by talking about Noah and what I believe is the Deep signing his death certificate. Like, I think this is it, right? We all agree that the Noah is going to kill the Deep by the end of the season. Like, that's just kind of it.
I honestly, I it might not be Noah. He's dying for sure, but it might not be Noah.
So who would it be?
Man, it might be Annie, man. No cap.
No, but I mean, I guess, yeah, because that's the original scene of the show. But I think in this episode has to be to set up the Noah like payoff, right? Because when the Deep was talking to him, I was like, wait, Noah, you can just break his neck. Like, you fly.
You fly,
Like,
bro.
it's like,
You can drop this guy in a meat
I was like,
grinder.
but I think again, it's like we forget because we laugh at the Deep, there is still a hierarchy, right?
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
I think Noah still, maybe not respects, but he begrudgingly fears, stroke, whatever the Deep. Like, when the Deep is, like, to him, the Deep is still his boss. Like, Deep is like, I'll tell Homelander. Like, it's like, so I was like, oh, so I think it's kind of not long term because we have like 3 episodes left, but I think it's gonna be like Noah killing, because he's frustrated with him, right? I would say that the Easter plan is really good. I was like, fuck, that's a
Fuck,
good
this guy's
plan.
cooking, bro.
I was like, if Homelander healed him on stage and he began to fly, and I was like, geez, I was like, that's a very good plan.
I like this is a guy with vision, bro. Not like this stupid bitch on the end of this microphone.
Oh, and also that guy, we said last few weeks that like the gore and stuff has been pretty mellow. I wonder how everybody survived watching our favorite director's last shit. That's just like, I was like, I was wincing. I was literally holding myself as this scene was happening. I was
Yeah,
like, it's not stopping.
my face was stank, bro. I was like, this is some nasty shit, bro.
Oh, I can't even say new fear unlocked because most people who've gone to Australia have given us that fear already. So I was just like, new fear accentuated. I don't know. PJ Byrne, who had one of the best scenes of 2023 in Babylon, also the voice of Chiagoziem, have you watched Avatar: Last Airbender?
Like the series or the movie?
The
Is there a
series.
movie? Yeah, I've seen the
There's a
series.
movie. Have you watched Korra?
No.
You should watch Korra. Oseghale, I'm guessing you watched Korra.
Yeah.
Yeah. PJ Byrne, who's the voice of Bolin. But yeah, anyway, I like him. He's dead. Anyway, but just in the same way to die, God forbid.
His last
Okay.
words as well. Unfortunate.
My asshole hurts so much.
My asshole so much. What a way to go out.
Okay. We are a bit crunched on time, but I think we kind of touched on all the kind of one-off shorts. Everyone's looking at their notes, trying to confirm. But I think we've covered everything.
I think we did. But yes, something funny that Homelander said. He may
Yeah, let's do
be
lines.
he may be an asexual weirdo, but he's my asexual weirdo.
Soldier Boy, yeah.
Not too much
Now
in the
says nobody
asexuals,
fucks
man.
my son but me. And I literally typed in my notes, nigga, what? Then he now said that came out wrong.
When what's his name? Mr. Marathon was like, I'll shove your balls down your throat. It's like, now we're trying to shove 2 grapefruit straight garden hose. So, I saw this on Twitter a few weeks ago where they were like, I think, I can't remember who the rapper was, wrote a Beyonce song or co-wrote a Beyonce song. And the quote was about how like they love when male rappers get to like write on female songs and just like basically be cunty about it. And I was thinking if there's an inverse in which female TV writers get to write a show like The Boys and write someone like Soldier Boy and just write things that they wouldn't normally get to write for a female character and just be like just like, what is the most deranged thing that we can have this male character say? It's just kind of like exploding. It's like trying to because a female writer wrote this, a woman wrote this episode. It's like just trying to shove two grapefruits through a garden hose. It's just like, who
It's
What?
a
even
great
thinks about
visual.
that?
What?
One final thing. So in the boys in the deep and Noah's, oh god, what's the name? I forgot the name of the podcast. But in their studio, they have different posters. All of them is all a gold mine. Please pause and look at it. But one of them says men's lives matter, but it's men's with an apostrophe, which is just perfect. It's just excellent. It's just like the excellent thing that would happen in a Deep and Noah podcast. Because it's either the Deep made it himself or they used AI and they didn't realize. Whichever way, it's just perfect.
It's
It's
just
just
go. It just go.
perfect. It's a tiny thing. A little punctuation mark changes everything. Anyway, okay. Did you like this episode? I know I'm asking this at the end, but did you guys like this episode?
I really liked it. I love when shows do things that they don't normally do. This whole episode structure of seeing the episode from everybody's point of view, like I feel like a lot of shows don't do it that much. It's mostly done in movies. So I liked that they did this in their final season. It's like, hey, fuck it. We are here regardless. Might as well do what we want to do. It was literally like, it's like the director's flexing. It's like, yeah, hey, like we're doing this now. Because at first, like I was like, what's going on? And then I realized that, oh, okay, like this is what's happening right now. They're now flashing back to like the different points in the day. And it's just like, those little tidbits of the character's background, like Noah still going to his theater class every day, like all these kind of things. It's like, bro, like you have a real job, but fuck that job, bro. This is what I actually care about. Like I'm a theater kid, bro.
It's preaching to the choir. Chiagoziem, did you like this episode?
Yeah, I like POV.
Episode, fair enough.
Yeah, like even in books as
I don't think I
well.
knew that about
So
you.
the POV. Yeah.
That you like that. I didn't know that. However, the people that didn't, last week's episode is getting slated online, which I think is dumb because I really do think it's a really good episode of TV. And I'll be surprised if this is not similarly slated by
My
the same
thing,
people.
my
Or
thing
we'll
is
see.
this.
Really?
I feel like obviously like there are people that
Oh,
are
by the way, I
just
liked the episode. Sorry, I just in case that's not clear. I like this episode.
eh, I think like people are just I think that's one thing I hate about the way people consume TV nowadays.
Mm.
People are super nitpicky about things. And it's just like, bro, did you enjoy this or not? Right? Like you're not a film critic, bro. Like you're really not. Cause it's like some of these tweets I see about shows, like not even just the boys, like Invincible, all these shows that I watch, I see these tweets, I'm like, not to be that guy, but this seems like a very miserable way to watch TV. Like,
Yeah.
isn't the whole point of this to enjoy what you're
It
watching?
it does. I mean, yeah, because we always say on this podcast that we're not critics, right? But whatever, it's like I think there's one. I think obviously things should be analyzed like we do, and I think if you don't like something, they can't wait to discuss it. But there's a way some people watch things with the intention to not like it, and that's already starting at a minus. Some people watch all shows like it's Succession, and some people watch all shows like it's I don't want to call on that show to insult it, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like those shows are not all shows are not like the same.
I
Like
know it was a Netflix show you were about to.
I'm just no, my mouth is quiet. But I'm trying to say like it's like I see some tweets and I'm like, oh, you're watching a different show. I mean that's fine. I'm not going to engage with this. It will annoy me because I'm easily offended. But like yeah, you're watching a different show and that's not to say that criticisms are wrong. I think sometimes it's very open to have
It's
criticisms.
necessary for sure, yeah.
But like when people are watching Industry, for example, and they're watching it like it's a teen romance, I was like, okay, no, that's not the show I'm watching. That's not the show that is on air. And again, I'm not trying to be rude, even though I think it's coming off like I am. But like, it's like there are different ways to watch TV. I don't know. And not even just TV, movies. Actually, movies. To be honest, like some of the discourse last year on some of the movies, from Sinners to Hamnet to One Battle to Another, I'm like, oh Jesus Christ!
I
I
saw
was
the
like,
drama today
oh,
before
did
this
you?
recording.
You should have
Yeah.
said that. That would have been the episode.
Sorry.
That would have been the episode. I would talk about the drama.
Top movie.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll wrap up, but I just want to ask you this question. I'm not going to spoil the drama.
Mm.
Rachel, pro or anti?
She's the bridesmaid, right?
Yeah.
She needs to burn. That's all I gotta say.
Okay. I agree with you. I agree
Terrible
with you.
individual.
Okay, guys, thank you very much for listening. We'll be back next week for episode 6, right on time. As always, 7 and 8, I'm not sure yet. As you guys can imagine, they're kind of holding those screeners close to their chest.
Oh,
So if we do get there, we'll have episodes out normally. If we don't, then we'll have episodes out a bit later. But there shall be episodes at some point for you guys. Thank you very much for listening. If you're still enjoying this season of The Boys, I'm happy. If you're not, I hope you at least finish it and like they can win you back. But I'm enjoying it. I think they're sticking to what they want to do, and I enjoy that so much. So thank you much for listening, guys. Yeah, join us next week when we're joined by Oscar winner Daniel Kaluuya. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. But a lot of drug addicts down in the toilet, so.
is he a drug addict?
Yeah,
Why?
because it's
I'm
like
going to
they
cut
just
out of this anyways, but
they
why?
can't, like you know when you like using drugs, it makes it hard for you to use the bathroom. So a lot of them actually just
Oh.
end up dying on the toilet.
I didn't know using drugs can make you constipated.
Yeah, like this. I think they spoke about it in Euphoria.
Probably
Ooh.
likely place for them to talk about it.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.